say? This is El Cheapo, guys. $100 car. Probably $100, maybe $120 in upgrades. And every upgrade I did, you guys don't have to do. But I kept it way under $250, which was my goal with the TC4 in the first place. But that thing kept breaking. The drive shaft kept breaking on it. The cups kept breaking on it. It's just, honestly, it's a plasticky car. And this one, I'm really shocked on the quality. Honestly, this thing has blown me away. It's really good quality. I've had so many people hit me up saying, man, that's the same as my X-Ray. That's the same as my Serpent 411. It looks the same as my TC6. So for $100, you really can't go wrong, guys. And this car has been kind of do it on the side, man. It really hasn't been my main focus. I've just kind of been piddling with it, doing a little here, a little there. And it's coming together, man. I really like this car. I think it's going to be good. I did get some messages with people asking questions and wondering why I did certain things. And I'll explain that to you here in a second. So, here it is. El Cheapo. Stock body. Basic paint job. Just went with some pink, so that way it's easy to see. Threw their stickers on it. The only sticker I didn't put on there, I think. And normally I don't put stickers like this on a car, but you know what? I'm running contact wheels. It's a Sun RC R2. The only one I didn't put on there, you know why, guys. So, that being said, there it is. I went ahead and put some two-sided tape on the ESC, put that into place, and I put the servo on. The reason I didn't do a video for the servo is you guys don't want to sit here for 20 minutes while the servo gets put on. You guys can figure it out. Very, very easy. These 3 screws in the bottom, take them off. This whole assembly slides right out. Now, I am going to say, once you put your servo in there, there's 1 screw here, and there's 2 on the other side. I don't know why they left this one open. They should have had this come all the way down, but hey, $100, I'm not complaining. And it's in there. It's not moving at all. When you go to put after you mount everything up, pull your servo out, put your servo horn on, screw it on, plug it in, make sure it's zeroed out, put this on, and then put it back into place. Because right here, trying to get a screwdriver or a hex driver through all this to get in there to tighten it up was a pain in the butt. So, there it is, guys. Got the servo installed on it. Got the ESC installed on it. I have never fired this thing up, period. The only thing I did is I binded this receiver from another car. It's not even on a set channel yet. So, never fired it up. Hopefully my gear mesh is good. I ended up switching gears. I went with a Robinson Racing. Here, we'll start from the beginning, guys. So, you're going to need this adapter if you're going to use this spur gear. Aluminum spur gear adapter, CSO 18093. This thing works with the different kind of gears. What gear is it? The Pro Spur Gear by Robinson Racing. 66 tooth. That's what you're going to need. I also went with a Robinson's Racing 47 tooth, 48 pitch pinion hard coated aluminum. I do have other pinion gears that I was going to use. This is a 46 tooth metal, but it's heavy and it's 5mm, so you got to use one of those adapters. I hate those adapters. It seems like they always wobble inside there. Like, it's not a perfect servo. It'll kind of be oblong when it goes around, so I don't like using those. Here's another one I had from the Fortec back in the day. It's a 49 tooth. We're not going to use that yet. And then I had the original 41 tooth. We'll get in here and we'll see what it does. Like I said, I might just start with 2S just to see where we're at and gradually get up to 3S, guys. I think we can break 100 on 2S with this thing. And I think you guys can do it at home also. I don't think it's going to be as hard as a lot of people think it's going to be. Another question I had is, why are you lying to people, Jason? You're telling them this is going to be a cheap build. I know that car is a $500 car. Absolutely not. This thing is made by Sun RC. It's sold by Hobby King. It was $99. To my door, I paid $102 with a spur gear. Sun RC, 110 touring car on Hobby King. This manual is actually really good. It tells you everything. If you get in a bind For instance, the servo, it showed there was 2 pieces there. Mine only came with 1. So I'm going to let it fly. Maybe it fell off somewhere. I looked in the bags, it's not in there, but if you need parts, everything. There's different drive shafts here. So these are the ones it comes with. You can get spring steel if you want super strong. If you're drag racing with these things and you want stronger drive shafts, you can get spring steel CVDs and dog bones and spring steel cups, everything. Just a lot of stuff. And like I said, you can go through this whole thing. There's different upgrades for it. This manual's got everything. This is a go-to, has everything. They even have upgraded belts, guys. I think they're like Kevlar or something like that. But good thing to have. They have several different cars also. Personally, I was looking at the DR01 or whatever it is. It looks pretty cool. So we'll have to check it out and see if this thing will focus in, or maybe that's just the magazine. It's all aluminum. It looks clean. They also have an 8 scale buggy, just some other stuff. But this manual, guys, it's really good compared to some of the brands I've gotten. It explains everything really, really good. So yeah, it's a $100 car. Now the electronics, $85. You can get the motor and ESC. Another 12 to 15. I think on Jenny's the other day I saw them for 17. You can get the 2075 servo. So right there, let's just say $105. Now you got wheels, $12. You can run the stock wheels if you're just bashing around, guys, and you're just building it to play around with. Run the stock wheels. The gears was probably another $20 with the spur gear, the adapter, everything. So altogether, we're looking at like $230, $235. But it's going to be a 100-mile-per-hour car, guarantee you. So like I said, I'm not going to mess with the rear diffs, guys. They're kind of loose, but I think it'll get the job done. The front's locked. Got the shocks all set up now. Stiff in the rear, not so stiff in the front, but a lot stiffer than it was. I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up for the first time right now, and hopefully my gear mesh is okay. If not, I'm going to be screwed, because that's the bad thing with these aluminum gears. They'll strip very easy, guys. Very, very easy. So the metal one's not so much, but it's heavy. So much more heavier. And for a speedrun car, anything you can lose weight on as far as the drive line, it's the best thing to do. I'm going to just show you real quick. Now that I just kicked my tripod, let me fix this up. So, it's going to be hard to see right now. Let me move the car out of the way. Tear it out. Move the light out of the way. So right here, we have 7 ounces. 1 ounce. That's a huge difference on a little 540 motor like the Valenian. This metal 41 tooth weighs more than this aluminum. 1 ounce. This one weighs 4 ounces. So it's a huge, huge difference, guys. Huge. 1 ounce. Let me change the units here real quick, just to give you a real understanding. Grams. A lot of you know about grams. We got 4 grams, $80. No, I'm just joking. 4 grams. 20 grams. That's a huge difference. 10 grams. So these light aluminum are the way to go, guys. Huge difference in weight. Like I said, when you're running a 10 scale motor like that, any weight you can save is better. Even when you're running your 8 scales, any weight you can save is better, guys. So I got the lightweight 47 tooth in there, 66 tooth. Everything's buttoned up. And we're going to see how it does. Hopefully I got my gear mesh right, guys. You can watch tons of videos on YouTube on how to get your gear mesh. Pretty much you're going to take a piece of paper. This is clear plastic. And you're going to shove it in between the gears here and make sure that it gets sucked down in there and it's nice and tight. I don't know if it won't fit in there. So forget about it. Alright, so I got this RevTech 220C burst, so it's 120C, 3S, 4,000 milliamp. I'm going to throw it in there. This is just a battery I always use when I'm calibrating cars or stuff like that. I'm never really going to use it. I bought it for drag racing, but I kind of stepped away from drag racing for a little bit. So I'll just throw that on there. Yes, guys, another thing. I am going to be running a cat pack. 100% for sure. Because you're going to be pushing this system to its limits. This Volinium system. The motor in ESE has been tested before. Dayton. It has been tested before. Lightning Dad has pushed this thing well past 100 miles per hour. So it's well tested. It's not that I'm bashing Castle, because I'm not. If you guys have the money, the reason I went with this system is because of budget. If you have the money or you have other motors laying around, by all means, run them. If you have a Mamba X or a Mamba Monster 2 instead of the VXL, run it. It's almost the same size. Run it. Even if you have a Mamba 8S laying around, run it. If you have Castle motors, run it. TP motors, run it. Steve New motors, run it. Phantoms, Seikos. I wish I could run one of those in there. It would be so easy to get to 100 miles per hour. I'm talking throw a 3S battery in there with that Seiko or that new motor, and I'd be at 100 within a day, half a day out there. Guarantee it. Actually, without even changing anything, I'd be at 100. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is bringing people into the hobby, just starting out, want to have a 100 mile per hour car. They're on a budget. I've had a lot of people tell me, man, finally someone's come up with a budget build, man, that my old lady will let me get away with. I already have tons of race cars, and I have tons of bashers, but when it comes to me wanting to build a speed car, you know, she's not going to let me drop $1,000 in it. This is for you guys. $100 car, $100 in electronics, you know, an extra $40, $50 even. If you wanted to go with a different body, and I did, guys. I didn't want to run this body. I was going to run, let me find that bad boy. Did I already put it up on the wall? Nope. So I was going to run a different body, guys. It's a Toyota GT1. I don't know where the hell it went to. Maybe my wife vacuumed it up. I don't know. But it disappeared. But yeah, I was going to run a Toyota GT1 body on it. And decided, you know what? I'm going to save the money. There it is. Sitting right on the wall in front of me. I was going to run this body. Decided, no, I'm going to save the money. Then I'm going to run the stock body on it. See, that looks horrible, huh? I accidentally, when I was painting it, I let it get too hot there with the paint gun. So, for argument's sake, let's turn it around so it looks better. But, stock body, I think will hit 100, guys. So, let's fire this thing up. Get my remote ready. I'm not going to go and do full throttle pulls or anything like that. I've never liked that. I think it puts unwanted strain on your system, on your wheels, too. They expand. Foam wheels do expand, guys. A lot of people don't understand that. Rubbers expand and foam wheels expand at high RPM. So, let's see. Hopefully everything works. I actually haven't even tested this Volinium system. Okay. I didn't hear any beeping, so maybe that's just a Castle thing. Don't seem like it wants to turn all the way unless that's all it has. That was only about half throttle, guys. Make sure the gears are good. Watch, about half throttle. Never even got past 3/4 of the throttle. Sounds kind of trippy the way. Kind of sounds like a little jet or something. But there you go, guys. I think this thing's going to be a winner, man. Yep, for sure. You turn it off. Get my batteries out of the way. So I'm running 8mm plugs. One thing I did change on the ESE, it was already like that from running it in my Fortec. I run 6.5 plugs on it. Or you could just hardwire it together, especially being this close. Might as well just hardwire it and save all that resistance. But there you go, guys. So, like I said, changing the servo, going to be those three right there. Pops right out. You're good to go. We'll run it like this. We'll see if I need to change the diffs or anything. I don't think I will. One thing I haven't done is properly adjust everything. We're going to do that right now, gentlemen. Alright, get it off the stand. As you can see, the body's touching in the front. Maybe you can't see. It's touching in the front. Nothing's going underneath there. So, one way to change that is by using Sharpies. So what we're going to do is we're going to write right here, probably right here, we're going to write lift up, and on this side we're going to put lift up, and we're going to wait, and the body should just lift up. So let me do that real quick. Just joking, guys. People over there going, damn, this guy's crazy. Alright, we're sticking Sharpies under the front of it. The reason I do that, you can do it on the sides, you can do it on the front. I usually do it just like that, because that's the height I want my body right there. That's enough for a pebble or rock to get underneath it, but it's still low enough to where when you're going down the road and this thing starts sucking down, it'll give you enough room before it touches. The back, I'm going to end up just raising up just a little bit. That way, it gives it that pitch. When you're low like this, even if it's low to the ground, as soon as the back squats even a little bit, air is going to come up and grab it. So you want your back like that for aerodynamics. The air is going to go right up and over it, okay? So you always want your back higher. I know it looks cool like that, it's slammed out, but you want it like that, guys. So we're going to get this body set real quick. Where I like to take another Sharpie, and this one I am going to write. I'm going to push it down in the front. I'm going to make a little mark on my post here. Alright, so I put a little mark on the post, and I can take the body off, and I know exactly where that body's going to be sitting. So, I'll take these things that they gave me, which I don't run these on my car. I usually just use a piece of foam underneath there, but since they came with them, we'll use them. These body holders, I guess they're called, and we'll just line up where the holes are. Should be right about there somewhere. Yep. And then once you line it, you can, for the next side, you can just count the holes. So we got 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Come up one more. Yep, that's it. If I can. Man, this thing's driving me nuts. I hate these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to go down one. Alright, so they should be at the same height now. Now look, they're a little high, huh? That's okay, because now we got to set our squat, guys. That's going to be with these droop screws, right? Let's see, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Right there, there's a screw. And right there, there's a grub screw. And you just tighten them down. And you'll watch your car drop to the ground. Let me see, I should have, there we go. And this is how I like to do this. Yeah, I'm all in with pins, guys. So underneath the chassis, I'm going to stick a pin right there. Just a big pin. And I'm going to tighten it down until it touches that big pin. That's going to leave enough air, or enough room for pebbles and stuff to get through. And we'll do some fine adjustments in a minute, guys, but just for right now, So, sorry, I got you out of the... You're going to take this pin, and you're going to put it right in the center. You want your wheel just to be able to spin just a tiny bit. This one, also. Now we're going to remove the pin. Then we're going to check to make sure both wheels come up at the same time. One way to do this is to take off the wheels and measure and all that, but this is just the easy way. So, you got to go real slow. But if you notice when I come down, this wheel's moving before this one. That tells me this one needs to come up. It's hitting first. So we'll just give it a little turn. That one's moving, that one's not. So now I went up too much. Give it a half a turn back. Right there. Wonder if it's moving because it's loose. I don't like that. Let me tighten that down, gentlemen. That was it. So, that's perfect. They both touch the ground at the same time. What you want is both wheels to have even traction on the ground at the same time. If one wheel touches while the other one doesn't, if you hit a bump, this wheel's going to start spinning, then goes your foams, there goes your rubber, whatever you're running. And this goes for any car, guys. I don't measure and take wheels off and all that. This has always worked for me, so that's what I do. Now let's throw this body back on. Just about perfect. See in the front here? That's just about perfect. But I might want to go up on the body pins. Might not, but okay, that's what I want. I want the chassis to touch the ground before the body does. The reason being, this body touches the ground, it'll grab, and then you'll flip. It'll flip. If the chassis touches the ground, it'll just scrape on the chassis. I'm gonna need a lot of downforce to push that down because I'm pushing hard. So right now it's perfect, and it should be even all the way around, guys. That corner and that corner. If it's not, then you have a problem. So the front's done now. And the front might go down just a little bit more once we lift the back, so we might have to go to the next hole. What happens is you're now dropping it up, so the front's going to be down a little lower. Now the back, it's just something you'll have to play around with on your own. There's no set way to do it because we cut out the back. Also, I wanted to show you that. On your body, cut out the back of your body. I know it looks ugly. I hate it too. But air that's coming underneath and through the sides needs somewhere to escape. If you have a wall right here, it's going to hold you back or to parachute you. So cut out the back so that way the air has somewhere to go. Put this body on, and let's just eyeball out the back right here. I think right about there would be good. So I'm only going to do the one side. Like I said, we'll end up playing with it and getting the back right at the right spot. And if you don't like it, you can always move it, guys. There's no... The back isn't really as important as the front as far as getting it off the ground. But you don't want it as low as the front. You do want some aerodynamics there. So I'm just going to put some pins in there for right now. I don't know if I lost the body mount things or what, but I couldn't find them. So there we go. Now the back's about where I want them. It's off the wheel a little bit. This is not touching the wheel. It's on the outside of the wheel, guys. And then the front, let's make sure. So the front ended up going a little too low. The pin will no longer fit underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up one hole, guys. These things, one hole up. So it should be number 6 now that you should be able to see, not hole number 6. All right. You know what? I told you I hate those things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can always put those back in, but for video sake, they're gone for right now. Now look, my pin fits back underneath there. It's going to be low to the ground. Let me get you off here real quick. So that's what you want. You want it low off the ground, but the pin still fits under there, which means pebbles and everything else will fit underneath there. Sharpie don't, but that's okay. Make sure you got enough room that your wheels will turn. There we go. So they'll turn in there just fine. That's about it, guys. This car's ready to be sent. This was probably one of the easiest builds I've ever done, by far. So don't be intimidated at all. Hop in there, have some fun every day after work, throw a part on it, mess with it. You don't have to rush it out the door. Play with it, have fun. It was honestly a very easy build, guys. Now, the hard part, trying to hit 100 miles per hour with it. And after talking to a lot of my buddies who have been in the speedrun game longer than me, they seem to think this is an easy 120 mile per hour setup. So, is it? I don't know. After I hit 120 or 100 miles per hour, it's in your guys' hands to take it from there. One thing I am going to do after I hit 120 miles or 100 miles per hour, sorry. And if I hit 120 the first run out, then so be it. You guys will get all the gearing for that. You can take it to the next level. Hold on one second and I'll show you what plan B is for this car. All right, guys, I'm back. Had to go get a part real quick. So this is going to be plan B, made by Saga Custom RC. This is the same motor mount that comes with the Fortec, I believe. I think the Fortec one is rounded on the top. But you can put it in either way, this way or that way. So the motor sits higher or the motor sits lower. Now remember, I had problems with the spur gear being too small because the mount right here that's in there would not let me let the motor slide back anymore. So after we send this 100 miles per hour, I'm going to take this $25 or $30, I'm not even sure what it costs, motor adapter, and I'm going to slap it in there. Not right there, but I'm going to take out the motor, obviously, and I'm going to slap it in there, drill some holes in the chassis, and I'm going to get that motor as close as I can, so that way I can run that spur gear with that pinion gear, almost a 1-to-1, real close to a 1-to-1 ratio. And that right there, guy, that's 150 miles per hour. We'll see though. But for right now, I'm just making it stock. If you guys wanted to go do this before me, go for it. Saga Custom RC has them. I haven't messed with it to make sure it's going to work. You might have to Dremel some stuff along here. I know you'll have to cut that motor mount off, so the motor mount will no longer work. But if you look in your manual, it's like $4. We'll slap that bad boy inside there. Or you could even probably put it up on the side right here on top of it. It might work. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there you go, guys. 100 mile per hour car for $100. Yes, the car was $100. Yes, $125, $130 in upgrades. Let's go send it, guys. Thanks for watching, man. Let's get this thing down the road. Hopefully you guys are building some. Hobby King will have them back in stock. You can find them other places, I think eBay and stuff, but might be $20, $30 more expensive, so might want to wait for Hobby King. There it is, guys. 100 mile per hour car, guys. I'm out. Like...